Hi, I'm Millie Leung, ex-corporate girl turned seven-figure entrepreneur. But it wasn't all that long ago that I lacked the self-confidence, money, time, and know-how to start and build my own business. Fast forward past many failed attempts, lessons learned, tears, and hard work, I have built a business that creates both impact and profits. I created Shine to Impact podcast to give you inspirations and simple actionable strategies to help you bring out your gifts and zone of genius so that you can start building a deeply satisfying business, impact the world, and make soulful, abundant money that supports your lifestyle and your spirit. So, if you're someone who's driven and big-hearted and want to create a business and life that you truly love, you are at the right place. There is a diamond within you, and it's time to let it shine and impact the world. I have a free gift for you on my website, Passion to Profit Playbook, The Secrets of Turning Your Passion into an Impactful and Profitable Business, that is available on my website, millieleung.com, and that is MILLIELEUNG.com, so be sure to grab your copy today. Hello, I'm your host, Millie Leung, seven-figure entrepreneur, best-selling author of the book Mind and Money Makeover, recipient of the Best Personal Brand Award by Marketing Institute of Singapore, Goodwill Ambassador of GGA, and the creator of the Shine to Impact podcast. So today, I want to share with you how giving has changed my life. A few years ago, I met a group of friends who loved traveling, and on one occasion, one of them talked about going on a voluntour. Now, if you haven't heard, a voluntour is a trip where you go overseas to volunteer your time on certain nonprofit projects. When I heard that, I immediately got interested. However, being a city girl all my life, I was a bit concerned about safety and cleanliness, and I wasn't sure if I was physically fit or strong enough to contribute anything meaningfully. However, with the encouragement of a few friends, I said yes. The first volunteer trip I went to was in year 2013. We went to this city called Mae Sot. It is a city in Thailand but very close to the border of Myanmar. Because of the history of the countries, the city has gone through many wars and tough times. Many adults have been killed in wars. In fact, as I was told, there is a whole generation of young and strong adults who were killed, and therefore there are many orphans in the area. So for this particular volunteer, we have a group of about 20 people, and we were on a mission to go to Mae Sot and spend 6 days to help with the construction of an orphanage. The trip started with taking a plane to Bangkok, Thailand, and then taking a smaller plane to Mae Sot. After many hours of exhausting traveling, we finally landed at the small city. The next morning at 7 a.m., we had our breakfast, got a few bottles of water, and we were ready to get our day going to do the physical labor. So the guy drove a group in a truck, and we went through many windy, small little roads, and after about 30 minutes, we arrived at the construction site. This is where the new orphanage is being built. It was early in the morning, but there were already a few workers there working. I guess they wanted to start working before the sun gets unbearably hot. Some were chopping up woods, some were hammering nails, and some were moving bricks around. We carefully listened to the instructions from our guide. Some of us were assigned to dig a well, some were assigned to build a fence, some were assigned to build a pig pen, yes, for the pigs to live in the future, and some were assigned to paint a building. Now imagine this, we were a bunch of city girls and guys who normally work or lived in air-conditioned rooms, hardly do any physical labor, with no construction experience, and we're here to do construction work in the hot sun at 32 degrees Celsius in a remote area. Interesting, huh? So although we have guidance from the local workers, I have to say it was still pretty tough physical work. After about 3 hours of hot and tough labor, all of us are so sweaty and smelly, hot, hungry, and exhausted. All of our shirts were full of sweats. Lunchtime was the best time of the day. The meal was simple, but yet I haven't been that hungry and so appreciative for food for such a long time. After eating, we took a short break, and after that, we got back to more physical work. After a day of hard work, we were all pretty exhausted and couldn't wait to get back to our hostel to take a nice shower, get cleaned up, and change into clean and non-smelly clothes. And I tell you, that night, I slept like a baby. The next morning, my whole body was aching from the physical labor, the kind of pain that you will experience after an intense workout session. But we continued. The second day, the third day, and the fourth day, we repeated the same thing. We worked hard in the hot, grueling sun, taking baby steps towards completing our assigned task. Within a few days, our group got a lot done. We were so proud. We managed to complete all our projects. Can you believe it? The well was dug deep enough to get fresh water. The pig pens were built, the fence around the orphanage was constructed, and the walls were painted nicely. So I've got to say it was the best feeling ever. We feel so accomplished. After we completed all our projects on our last day, we were given the chance to meet with the group of children who will be moving to this orphanage in the future. We brought over the stationery, small gifts, and snacks we had prepared for this trip for the children, and we had a great time singing and playing with them. That night, the guide took us to a small restaurant in town so we could have a nicer meal together and celebrate our hard work. I still remember the restaurant reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. It was a nice little place with a garden full of interesting plants. It was also the best meal we have had in 5 days. It was certainly a lovely ending to our voluntour where we share our feelings and our learning for this trip. For this voluntour, although it was really tough physical work in the hot sun, seeing the smiles on the little kids' faces really made a fulfilling experience. Seeing how we're able to work together to do our little part to make the orphanage closer to completion so that the kids will have a new home sooner was very rewarding. After that first experience, I went back to Maisel again a few months later for another voluntour to continue with the project with the nonprofit. And then within the next few years, I went on more voluntours. And gradually, I also started to organize some voluntours myself and also got more of my friends to get involved and go together. We went on to a dozen more volunteer trips in various parts of Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, and Malaysia, building orphanages, schools, and homes for the underprivileged groups. These volunteer experiences have transformed my life. I saw how fortunate I am being raised up in a developing country with many resources. We won the ovarian lottery. We were born into safe and developed countries with warm homes. We never have to worry about walls, clean water, and clean food, and we took going to school and the opportunity to learn for granted. And these trips really opened my eyes and my heart to realize how fortunate we are. I became more grateful of what I have. I appreciate the belonging that I have, and I cherish the friendships and the relationships I have even more. I also realized that our time on earth is short, and that we won't be here forever. So we must listen to our heart, do what we love, and do our small parts to help and contribute to others while we can. So as time went by and my business grew, I decided to contribute more by donating a percentage of my business profit to building schools for underprivileged children. Within the next few years, I'm happy to say that I've donated and built 3 schools in developing countries for children in need. And I hope that I can continue to build more schools in the future. And I also allocated a small percentage of my business profit to provide financial resources for women entrepreneurs in developing countries. And I'm so proud to say that as of this time of recording, I provided financial resources to more than 55 women entrepreneurs. I believe business is a force for good. And when we make more money from our business, we can also contribute more to those who are underrepresented. Business can be a tool to help you bring the change you want to see in this world. You can become a change maker. You can make a difference in this world. So the question is, how would you like to start giving? Whether it's donating old clothes to a nonprofit, giving away your old books to a local library, making a donation at your church or nonprofit, sponsoring a child from World Vision, supporting a clean water project, going on a voluntour, organizing a beach cleaning day, organizing a food drive for senior homes, or if you run a business, you can also consider contributing a percentage of your profit to support causes that are close to your heart. There are many ways you can give, and there is no giving that is too small. Even if you're helping just one person, you're making a huge difference to this one person's life. Together, we can change the world. I believe that. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and if you love this episode, please share this with your friends so that more people can shine and impact the world together. With that said, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm so honored to have you here. If you'd like to know more about my free resources, online courses, and mentorship program, be sure to come visit me at my website, www.millieleung.com. That is MILLIELEUNG.com. If you loved this episode, and I hope that you did, please subscribe to our podcast and share this with your friends too. New episodes are being released every week. Sending you love and lights. Keep shining and keep impacting the world. See you at our next episode. Bye for now.